Yo, what's up guys? Today's video is going to be filled with a bunch of rumors and news. But before I get into that, make sure you guys go watch my last video if you haven't already. There's also a bunch of potential trade targets that the Chicago Bulls might trade for. As you guys know, the trade deadline is tomorrow. And honestly, of course, there's a lot of rumors going around, especially with Zach LaVine and Lauri Markkanen, which might surprise a few. But yeah, let's get right into today's video. The first rumor I'm going to be talking about is Zach LaVine. According to ESPN, a lot of good teams, and quote good teams because Zach LaVine has said many times that throughout his whole career he's been on bad teams, and you know he wants to win, of course. A lot of teams have called the Chicago Bulls about trying to trade for Zach LaVine, and at first I was just like, you know, whatever, it's bullshit. I saw this one dude, he's a Dallas Mavericks fan, made this crazy trade for Zach LaVine. And he said that the Mavs could try and trade for Zach LaVine and take him from the Bulls because he's not happy. And honestly, I understand that Zach might not be happy, but there's no way this is happening. This is 100% just bullshit. Let me just tell you the potential trade that he brought up. It would be one of the Mavs young players like Steph Curry, Courtney Lee's expiring contract, and Golden State's 2020 second round draft pick. And that's just a joke, man. I don't know why he'd even think that's like a possibility. I mean, Zach LaVine is a star in this league. He should have been an all-star in my opinion, but trading him for pretty much junk is just, of course, it's just pointless. You know, this is definitely made up, but at the same time, I'm happy Zach LaVine's finally getting some trade interest, because honestly, there's always rumors, especially about players that are like good, and I honestly finally say Zach LaVine has finally improved this year. His defense has gotten better, and he's a good player now. But yeah, like I said, there's been a bunch of rumors about Zach LaVine. And I know, even though he hates losing in Chicago, he doesn't want to leave. He also said this quote, "I'm playing for the Chicago Bulls, a top 3 franchise, a top 3 market. The fan base here is incredible. What's not to love? It's a great city." So honestly, Zach LaVine is super happy playing for the Chicago Bulls. And I've also seen many tweets since that like recent rumor that I talked about, quote, rumor because I don't believe it at all, that the Bulls have Zach LaVine off limits. Which is really good to say, because if the Bulls traded Zach LaVine, I don't know what I'd do anymore. I mean, he's literally the only good player on our team that's been consistent this year and that hasn't got hurt. He's been carrying the Chicago Bulls on offense every night. And another big trade rumor that's been going around is that the Chicago Bulls might be interested in trading for D'Lo. This has been a rumor for a while now. I know Golden State wants to try and trade him because they don't really think he'll fit with Klay and Steph. And he said another team to watch for in a potential deal for D'Lo is the Chicago Bulls. He said we're a dark horse because, like I said, Zach LaVine's not really the happiest. He needs some help. And by the time I'm recording this video, I saw Minnesota traded Robert Covington and got a bunch of draft picks back. And it doesn't surprise me. I know they're going hard after D'Lo as well. But I also saw this tweet on Twitter that said Golden State is moving on from the D'Lo trade talks with the Timberwolves right now. So, you know, they're trying to load up draft picks to try and get D'Lo, but honestly, I believe the Chicago Bulls could offer them a good deal if the Bulls are serious about wanting a superstar to pair with Zach LaVine. And a potential trade I've been seeing everywhere is the Chicago Bulls getting D'Lo and Kevin Looney, and us giving Golden State Otto Porter Jr. and Lauri Markkanen. You know, that's not a terrible trade. I mean, of course, Markkanen hasn't played the best for us, and Otto Porter has been hurt all season long, and his contract is pretty massive. I mean, he's making the same as D'Lo, and that's just crazy talk. You know, the Bulls would also get a solid backup center in Kevin. And honestly, I'm saying if Golden State wants to do this trade, I'd do this in a heartbeat. I'd honestly even give him like a second-round pick or a future first-round pick. Zach LaVine needs help, and the Bulls have a chance to get a real star. I mean, Lauri Markkanen has been pretty much injury prone, and he just hasn't been playing well this season. He's been a big disappointment, and I'm getting sick of Zach LaVine putting up 30 to 40 points a night, and the Bulls still losing by 10 plus points. The Bulls need to make Zach LaVine happy. He's our number one guy, and obviously he's not that happy with losing. So those are some of the potential trades I've been seeing. You know, I really hope the Bulls don't trade Zach LaVine. They've said that he's untouchables, which is really good. They also said that about Lauri Markkanen, but I feel like if the deal's right, they might take a chance at it. But at the same time, I really don't see the Chicago Bulls making any big moves during the trade deadline. I see D'Lo either staying with Golden State by surprise or possibly in a blockbuster trade to Minnesota because him and Cat are really good friends. But another Chicago Bulls player that's been rumored around the trade market is Denzel Valentine. You know, he's been in Jim Boylen's doghouse all season long. He really hasn't been given a chance to play this season. I really like Denzel, as most of you guys probably know. But I saw that the Sixers have trade interest in Valentine, and I saw the Memphis Grizzlies also might want to trade for him. So honestly, like I said, I like Denzel a lot, but I'd rather him be on a winning team and at least have a chance to play. And another possible Bull that could get traded is Thaddeus Young. I just feel like he hasn't fit with us all season long, and I know the Clippers are really interested in him. They sent scouts over to watch him. So if the Bulls just trade him for like Harkless for a straight up swap, or like just honestly a second round pick, I do that in a heartbeat. I really like Thad Young, but he just hasn't really fit with the Chicago Bulls this year. But yeah, that's pretty much all of it for today's video. I'm going to be talking about one more topic, but make sure you guys leave some questions and comments below. As you guys know, the trade deadline is tomorrow, and if the Chicago Bulls make any moves, I'll definitely be uploading a video, so stay tuned for that. And by the time I'm recording this video, some more recent rumors and news came out, and I guess a few teams are calling the Chicago Bulls about Kris Dunn now. And it doesn't surprise me, Kris Dunn has pretty much turned his career around this year. He's a defensive monster. I'm pretty sure he's first or second in the NBA in steals, and he's been hurt for a few games now. But yeah, I've been seeing that teams are interested in Kris Dunn, so it wouldn't surprise me if the Bulls traded him as well. You know, I really like Kris Dunn, but he's a free agent this offseason, and I know the Bulls can match any offer he gets. And honestly, it makes sense to me if the Chicago Bulls trade Kris Dunn. His value is as high as it has ever been, and honestly, it probably will be. So I wouldn't be mad if the front office traded Kris Dunn, but I don't know anymore, man. I mean, it's the NBA, it's a wild place. Our front office isn't the best, as you guys know. I'd say they draft well, but we haven't made any really good moves or big trades in a while. I mean, the Otto Porter Jr. one was kind of a shock, but look how it's treating us. He's been hurt and hasn't really done anything. But yeah, that's another topic to watch before the trade deadline. It wouldn't surprise me if the Bulls traded Kris Dunn. Like I said, his value is high as ever. But I really hope we don't, because I'd like to bring Kris Dunn back on a team-friendly deal this offseason because, I mean, he's an elite defender, and the Bulls need better defenders. But yeah, the last topic I want to talk about is Zach LaVine. You know, Zach LaVine didn't become an all-star like he should have, I believe. And he didn't do the dunk contest. He said if he was an all-star, he would have, leaned towards doing the dunk contest more. But at least he said he's still going to do the three-point contest, and I'm really happy for him. I hope he goes out there and wins it for our city. You know, it'd be nice to have at least one player win something. But yeah, like I said, it kind of sucks that Zach LaVine and Derrick Rose weren't all-stars because, it's in Chicago, and I know everyone in Chicago loves them both. So that kind of sucks, but like I said, the trade deadline's tomorrow. I hope the Bulls make some moves. I don't even care if they're big or small, but change needs to happen. And hopefully this offseason, big change happens, because the Bulls front office it's just terrible. We need to blow everything up and clean house. Thank you guys for watching this video. Have a good one.